All right, so you just got your internship with the NFL, and what you're doing is looking at quarterbacks' touchdown to interception ratio. If you're not familiar with football, touchdowns is when you score points, and then interceptions is when you give the ball to the other team. And as you can imagine, being a data scientist, data analyst, it's imperative that you know how to work with such data. So let's go ahead and load in our data, extract our data. Okay, we're going to do library. Is it library Gato? I can remember. Is it called Gato? Yes, Gato 362. It brings up our data. But remember, we want to clean our data and visualize our data. We traditionally use dplyr and ggplot. And so what we're going to do is not use those and actually just bring them in with one library. There is a library that exists that consists of, or at least has multiple libraries, but has ggplot and dplyr, and it's called the library, when I can spell correctly, library tidyverse. Okay, library tidyverse. Tidyverse is going to have, not that one. Tidyverse is going to have both dplyr as well as ggplot. And so since we're working with, this is from the previous video, sorry about that. Since we're working with this data, it's imperative that we clean it up. So when it comes to our data frame, I've been spelling it wrong then, sorry about that. I'm going to now redo all the videos. Psych! Passing stats, df, okay, that's our data frame that we're going to use. And then this can be a capital V. If we review this, okay. This data frame, I did my best to clean it as much as possible. However, there's always, or transform it as much as possible so that we can use it, but it's not always going to be perfect. You know, there's, depending on the question at hand, you might want to phrase things a little bit differently. But the variables that we're really interested in is going to be TD and interception and player. So, but which is fine. But when I sort this, you can go ahead and, think about what's going to potentially happen. If you are familiar with football, you know that there's going to be quarterbacks that get traded. Okay. I'm trying to figure out why he's on the same team. Why is it showing up twice? I don't know, but, he started. Did he start the game? It says, yeah, exactly. He started this game, whereas he didn't start this game. Okay, he's like, I think someone got injured. So on and so forth. And so what we're going to do is just utilize a distinct function like we did in the past, okay, to work with this, and then we'll go from there, okay? And sorry, the question says in 2023. It does not say in 2023, but we're going to focus on 2023. So let's go ahead and do some transformations. We're going to pipe this into this distinct function to remove all those duplicates, distinct, and then we're going to do what we did in the past, dot comma, dot keep all this true. Okay, I have made some mistakes. Okay, boom, that should work. Okay, the next thing that I'm going to do, since I said I'm focusing on 2023, let me write that down so you all can do this as well. In 2023, that's less past year. Okay, that's good. So in 2023, so what function should I use? Okay, hopefully you all are whispering to yourself and saying I should be using the filter function, and the actual variable is going to be year equals 2023. That's great. Then, since I just want to focus on player, interceptions, TDs, I'm just going to select just these variables, okay, from our data frame. Okay, so we don't have to do this, but I prefer doing it so that I'm not overwhelmed. I do not like to be overwhelmed. Okay, so that's that. I'm going to then say TD per interception passing. I don't have to say passing because it's only, well, you can't pass. It's the only way you can do it too, but that's fine. So when I run this now, I should have 3 variables and 145 quarterbacks. And so if you are familiar with mathematics, you can automatically see the problem. We already know that there's going to be a problem. What's the problem? You cannot divide by 0. cannot divide by 0. So what we're going to do is create a new variable called TD per interception, which is what we're after. But we're going to create, we're going to fix it up a little bit. So let's go ahead and just make that mistake, and hopefully R pulls it up. If R does not pull up this issue, that's, at least programmers, it's R. If R doesn't pull up this issue, you can see why this becomes even more important. Yeah, exactly. It did not pull up the issue. All right. Because you don't necessarily know what it's doing when it does this. So when I rank this by TD, you get the NAs here. Okay. This is NAs. But this type of NA may not necessarily always work with regards to analysis that we would want to do. And so what I'm going to do is give it a particular type of NA. Again, that kind of detail, I'm going to relieve us from, looking into that. And so what we're going to do is say if, else, and the issue is the interception. So if interceptions is equals 0, we're checking if it's equal to 0, we're going to make it be specified as just regular, this particular NA. And then else we're going to actually have them do the calculations. Okay. So then this mitigates the issue that I was referring to. Okay. Run this again. Not that one. This one. Okay, I pressed it too many times. Forgive me. Okay, now it's the right kind of NA. Good. These are most likely going to be like receivers or something. That makes sense. Or running backs that pass during the game. The next thing is I'm going to filter, because I already have done this before. I'm going to say TD per int, this variable that we just calculated, it needs to be less than or equal to 4. And I'm actually going to do something different for my notes. I'm going to say and TD per interception is greater than or equal to 3. That's going to just narrow it down. If I need to make modifications, I can do that. Okay. And then that's going to be that. So if I now look at this, I have only 7 quarterbacks. And if I want to arrange it according to the TD per interception, because right now, is it arranged? No, it's not. It's not arranged. I can arrange it by utilizing the arrange function. I think I'm going to go over. It's fine. Arrange TD per int. Okay. And now when I do that, this should be arranged from largest to smallest. If I did descending, it will be from 3 to 4, but it automatically does ascending. Okay. So the last thing I'm going to do is, this is just so our visualization looks better in the next video. I'm going to reformat. This is new. I got to take a step back. This is new. I'm going to reformat my actual players label. Okay. And what I mean by that is I'm going to use this thing called a factor that reformats my data so that it makes more sense. This is a little bit above this class, but at least this hackathon. But just note that we need to do this so that our players are seen as unique. Okay, are seen as unique. So that's that. And I'm gonna be a little bit more. Let's make the window a little bit more wider. Let's do 2.5. Okay, so now it's 14 quarterbacks. Okay, that's fine. So thank you for watching. We're going to look at the next video and go from there. Work with the visualizations there. Thank you.